All right, Mr. Dave, we are here. We are live. It is Thursday. Got your Vector hat on. I got my Lake Placid Marine hat, Lake Placid, Florida.
Yeah, man, Lake Placid Marine.
Got to
get
see
them. Got to get.
See that?
That's pretty hot. It's pretty
clean,
hot.
man. It's bright. I wanted people to see me, Dave. I wanted people to see me. Listen, go up in there and hurry up because I had to fight somebody off for this one.
Hey, look, unless they got flex fit, this head don't go in the hats, man.
Unless you got a big head, don't go in
there.
Swelled
up with so much fishing information for y'all.
I got about 1, 2, 3, 4. I got about 5 more clicks left, and I know you need about 12 to get that head.
I'll be on the end of that click.
We'll put your little safety pin there. No,
man, I gotta have the flex fit, boy.
You know, to breathe too. And then when you start getting frustrated, all the blood flows up there and it just stretches.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But dude, what you got going on, Dave? What has Dave been up to?
New line of hooks showed up this week. We got some prototype sample hooks. JV forgot to put into my quote unquote little Lake Seminole package that I'm taking with me some treble hooks I needed.
Okay, good thing you got them
for fall fishing.
That's right. That's right. That's what we're going to talk about tonight, guys. Is fall fishing. It's creeping on us. It's getting cooler. We got a cold front coming.
Yep. Got a cold front coming. That's good. I need cold fronts. I need cold fronts to set up the fish I want to fish. But so end of the day, dude, we got some killer hooks, man. Some new live bait hooks. We got an octopus style hook. It's got a bent eye, straight eye. We've got the Mutsu light circle hooks. Same thing. Bent eye, straight eye.
Bent eye, straight.
Get everybody happy, all that good love there. And it's I'll tell you, man, it's been about $6-7 last 2 days. Ooh. Boy, they're jumping on the hooks pretty good, man. Jumping on them hooks pretty good. So happy. Dude, JB's happy right now.
I was sold. And Dave, you already know how long it takes to sell old Joe Longoria.
Yeah.
I was sold immediately on every hook of Vectors as soon as I got them in my hands and caught my first fish on them.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I just got the package in today from JB, which I'm still pissed off at him because he didn't put samples in there. But no, dude, I'm going to tell you what, man. I can't be any more happy with how the three of us have really worked hard in getting Vector hooks ahead of the game. Andrew, on the backside, just doing what Andrew does.
Just killing
the system, designing the packaging, and JB hustling, doing his hustle, literally working hard together and trying to get the right hooks, out right away. To you guys, man, and making sure that they're perfect for you guys. It's a game-changing hook, and I'm happy, man. I'm jacked. The shops are jacked. They're great feedback on the packaging. Obviously, you see what happens.
Yeah,
like I said, man, we've dropped about $7 the last 2 days, and I've been doing it from home. I ain't even hit the road. I'm scared.
Think about that. Think about that when old Dave gets to hopping around. Just think about that.
The numbers are gonna fly up the shelf. 50. We're gonna be zeroed,
dude. And dude, I'm super happy to be part of the Vector staff, man. It's a great group of guys.
It is good group of guys.
On top of an amazing product. I mean, this isn't the new packaging yet, but man, I've straight fell in love with these hooks. You don't go through them. It's hard to. You just keep using the same damn hook. Like it never goes dull.
Yeah.
It stays sharp. And Dave, I've had on my flipping setup, I've had the same damn hook on for 2 months.
That's good. And I can't wait for these samples to go in production.
Right. Right.
JB shot me a picture. Man, they look good, boy. They look
fire,
good.
Dave. They look good. I mean, the tornado trebles, game changer with that twist on them. It locks them in. They hit those. If anything you have that has trebles on, if you don't switch them to tornado trebles, you will lose more fish, hands down for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
Confirmed.
Without a doubt.
I just can't get enough.
What up, Brian?
Yes, right. That dude, let me tell you about Brian Scavey. He loves you. He's a big feller too, and can put back a sandwich or two, and he just loves you all day.
That's all good, man.
But man, yeah, Vector hooks, man.
Yeah.
What else do we got going on? Sudsy Bear, the soap we've kept clean all year, as clean as we could be.
So I've got to get some more Sudsy soap because our boy down here, Trey Ashley, you know how much of a man he was with the smelling soap. Oh, remember that show? Remember that show? We could replay that show.
I would say we could bring it back.
Hey, look, the samples he got, he went through them, and I was talking to him the other day to see how things were going. And he said, "Hey man, can you get me some more of that soap? There's some good soap."
Dude, it's so weird that somehow this whole fishing collective, we got a soap company involved, but that's just what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they trying to tell us something.
They're trying to tell us
the redneck stink.
I think it's a sign, Dave. I think it's a sign.
But
if you're a redneck and you stink, get you some Sudsy Bear soap and you get clean right up. I promise you that,
man.
And
that's
man,
good stuff.
Dude, Bass Assassin with some good new stuff this year too.
Dude,
with the introduction of, we're talking fall fishing, and I'm bringing this out. I'll put it up.
No, you have to. You have to. It's the fish moving up. It's that time of year. They're moving into the grass. I mean, there's no better worm right now. Speed worms style.
Swim worm, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Anybody's brand. And a Bass Assassin, and a lot of people have been catching a lot of good quality fish, big fish, winning a lot of tournaments. I know JB just won another tournament. I think it was last Sunday on it.
I believe it was last Sunday.
Yeah. So he's slamming that thing, man. He's wearing them out. I talked to another guy that just won a tournament, dropped just shy of a dirty 30 on it. Oh,
nice. Nice. It is a deadly worm. I got the old Dave favorite there, hematoma.
It is.
Man, you cannot beat this worm and see, and you're not going to be able to see it here, but the pearl and
right color. You got to have the right color water for it too.
That's right. That's right.
That's the key.
But that's not a problem with Bass Assassin, Dave, because me and you both know the colors are endless.
20. I think it's up to 20 colors now.
Yeah, and this is a brand new. This is a brand new drop, guys. And normally, companies will put out 4 or 5 colors. We're coming in hot with 20 plus.
Yeah.
And it's growing. But before we get into the in-depth conversation, because between the both of us, I think we got quite a bit of knowledge on what's about to happen here. We're going to drop a little love to our buddies over at Power Pole, the Walsh Brothers, and we'll get back into it, and we'll start talking fall fishing, Dave. I got a ton of lures set out, and we'll just get right into it.
My stuff's packed up, man. I'm getting ready, dude. I'm starting to reline the reels, get that grind. I got to grind these next 3 weeks, boy.
I told Dave to unpack, and he probably was pissed off. But when we come back, guys, we'll get right into fall fishing. Things you let me see. That's a sick commercial, man.
That's a good one.
The best shallow water anchor, hands down.
Oh yeah,
hands down. I've seen others try and fail miserably.
I'm proud to be part of that company and sponsored by them boys, man. It's I've been with them for 9 years now.
As long as I've known you, we're going on what 6-7 years maybe.
Yeah, I mean I haven't bought many poles. I'm not that guy that just needs to have a pole every year. There's nothing wrong with it. It ain't broke.
Right. and see now that's a good thing. That says a lot about the company and the product, right?
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
Need
100%.
to. Is it cool and awesome? And yeah, is there little upgrades here and there? Yeah, but you get to your power pole, you take care of it, and it'll take care of you for a very long time.
Always.
Dude, customer service is hands down the best. I know a lot of people that reach out to them when stuff goes wrong, or breaks, or they need a new hose or whatever it may be, and Power Pole gets them hooked up and then some. Sometimes they send even more than what they need just to look out for you guys and make sure that they keep you on the water and happy. So
yeah,
shout out to the Watts guys. Watch
yeah, my crazy uncles. My crazy uncles.
So, Dave, I'm going to get right into it, bud. And we were already talking about the RSB worm, which it's hard to not talk about that worm every damn time. It's just been such a fish catcher. I'm gonna go right into. I talk a lot about this little bait here by Bass Assassin, but that Elite Shiner.
Oh, really? You like that a lot this time of year, huh?
I love it. I love it in this color, and I love it in the salt and pepper silver
Salt
family.
and pepper is hands down my favorite. I have salt and pepper with me everywhere I go. It does not matter.
I probably have about in the garage at least 15 packs of these.
Oh yes,
and then that's just in my garage, not being
utilized. Chatterbaits, buzz baits. I mean, hard to beat. Yeah,
glad you say.
Right now, the it's funny you mentioned that because obviously we talk a lot of big game on the vapor shad, being a great trailer, the split tail shad, which it is. It is a tremendous trailer. But right now, for the last 4 months, if you don't have an Elite Shiner on the back of your chatterbait, you're getting a fish here and there, and that will change. That will change as it gets colder.
It does.
We'll get back to the vapor shad again. At the end of the day,
a little bit tighter.
Yeah, but it's something with that Elite, man, on the back of a spinner bait. It just as it
gets it done.
Oh, big fish.
Look at that, dude. That just gets it done, man. This is a jackhammer. You get that on an all white one, but it doesn't really matter. You're moving it pretty fast. I get real particular. But I think it mimics a bait fish really well. The crappie like to push up shallow. I think it mimics that, the salt and pepper. And it's just a great presentation. You could do it tail down, tail up. I prefer it tail down personally. But man, and also, man, deadly on a ball head jig. If you want to go out and have some fun and there's some bait fish around, schooling fish, this gets me bit. This gets 3 fish in my live well, and I can, start targeting the big girls with something like that, a little more aggressive. And something about that blade, I think this time of the year too. You're going to get a little bit more cloud coverage coming into the fall. And I think a little bit of wind,
chatterbait, wind. That's a key component for chatterbait.
Bladed jigs, guys. It's coming. It's coming. This is one of Dave's favorite. I don't know if the color's right on point, but
hey, look, it's close. It's close, but at the end of the day, I will throw it.
Yeah, right.
I will throw it.
This is my baby, man. The little white and chartreuse. I tend to move more towards all white and silver.
I'm all white gold. Gold out, man. I'm an all white gold everywhere I go. That is like the staple. I've got a couple little kickers, little
nuances,
favorites, certain color water, like that clean tannicky water. I like to throw a mouse in that.
Ooh, okay.
I was educated by my partner DJ Green. He's a mouse fan.
On the mouse.
Yeah, buddy. It's something with that clean water, that clean Florida water. Not a clean like June or Placid clean, but a clean like Okeechobee clean.
Yeah.
That tannicky.
I know what you mean.
Water.
It's clear, but it's not. Mouse is a deadly color. So you're hearing it here, guys. We're giving you secrets we probably shouldn't, But
one color I like to throw too, and this now for Lake June and Lake Placid, where the shell cracker are, a dominant forage for big bass out there. I would throw a bone chartreuse, which I don't think they call it that now. So what I know the color. It's like a orangey color with that chartreuse yellow in it, and it's all gold. I'm gonna tell you what, mimics, looks just like a shell cracker. It's big and bulky, and I will tell you, I have done some mega damage on those 2 bodies of water with that color.
That's interesting. The white. Is that one? Is it the one where the orange is almost like a creamsicle?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
They
used to call it bone.
They called it bone chartreuse, and they changed the name of it just recently.
Something totally different, guys. But you can head on over to War Eagle and find out all the color line up there. Like Dave said, you can't go wrong with the white all gold blades. I do gold silver. It's just something I have my
the white gold works every body of water in the state of Florida.
Yeah, this is like a good white and gold, great all around. But don't get some type of bladed jig, and have both. Have you some chatterbaits ready to go. and have you some spinner baits ready to go for sure.
That time of year.
Cannot beat it.
Can't. That time of year with the shad, the fish cold fronts are coming.
Yep.
Cold fronts are coming. Fish are going to start staging. They're going to start schooling. They're going to start packing into each other into packs. And so what you're looking for this time of year, is the shad. And when you find the shad, you're going to find the bass because they're packing on the weight for the winter, and then they're going to move up. So when they do move up, it gets colder when they slide in, and I'll tell you what, when this, the fall pattern, the transition is probably the toughest time of year, I would say, but it is also, you could have some of the best fishing.
I was going to say, yeah, you figure it out and you hit it right.
Yeah, because you're going to find a school. You're going to find school fish, and a rule of thumb on a lot of bodies of water, if you're catching 1-2 pound fish, nothing bigger than 3-pounder, go find another school. It's fun. It's fun.
Right.
And it's hard to say that because you're catching fish, but go find another school, because when you start catching 3 and 4 pounders, that's where the 5, 6, 7s, 8s are going to be cruising. The size, they kind of group together in size.
Right.
So you find a lot of small ones. You won't find many big ones. You find maybe a straggler or two. So you always try to key in on the better quality of school, and you'll be rewarded.
That's right. And they kind of come in numbers, like do packs, almost like you said, like freaking packs of them, man.
Yep.
And they're real aggressive, like you said, Dave. They're feeding up. They're trying to get that weight on for the winter, the real cold months, and they'll be hitting stuff.
Oh yeah, if it's moving, they're eating it. Spooks, topwater stuff, buzz baits, spinner baits, chatter baits. You can get them on. This is coming into my favorite time of year. I won a boat in 2010. Fall pattern, cold front set it up. They were feeding heavy on shad. Shad was real lethargic, so they were really gorging themselves good. But when I won that boat in 2010, it's traps. It's trap season. Metal trap season. It's good to if you're going to the lakes to target boat cuts, boat runs, cuts in the grass,
lanes,
all the lanes you can find. The fish will be staging up out in front of them and moving into those lanes. And this time of year, a rattle trap is a great search bait. You can get right in a hurry.
Right. I got speaking of that, I got a little tournament, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday on Lake Garcia. And from what I've been told, they've been wearing them out on the black and gold Bill Lewis.
Yep.
Right now, like as we speak.
Yep.
So, I got a few little, like I said, y'all got to switch up a little bit. So I got a few little things I want to play with out there with that idea in mind. But same principle, Dave. You pretty much hit the nail on the head from what someone told me earlier. That's crazy. We just started talking 20 minutes ago. So it's a thing, So to get you some rattle traps. I got one here. It's a little funky. Are you familiar with the LV 500? A Lucky Craft?
Yeah, I think I've used 2 of them, maybe 3. I used with that spooky, what do they call that one? It's
this one.
No, it's not. Yeah.
It's white, but look at that little front. This is a little collaboration they did with a company called Valley Hill, and they got a little blade on the front with some flash.
Huh.
And I know it's a crawl pattern, but it's so white, I'm going to run it and see what happens. Right?
I'm kind of seeing what you're putting down there, bud.
I like that little blade up front. I think that's what's getting me on this whole trap. I might take the blade off and put it on like a Bill Lewis or something.
I know. Christian Greco just dropped 30 on June 2 weeks ago, and he had his video up the other day, and he was throwing a swim bait with a blade on the belly.
Something about that blade, guys, at this time of year. If you can add a blade or get some type of flash,
something,
do it. Do it. And it's very specific. Like Dave said, it's a small window.
Yep.
It's a tough window, but once you figure it out, you can have some of the best days of your fishing life, man.
Yeah, it's just go focus. You know, the way electronics are today, I would just line it up, focus on your electronics, and go key in on the schools of shad, and
just find your bait.
And if you guys are familiar with the lake, you've been there before, and you've had days where where they spawn in the wintertime and things like that. They're not far from there. Just go out and figure it out. If they're on the outside of the grass line, or if they're still offshore on some shell, they're not going to be far. And as soon as the cold snap hits, they're going to group up. They're going to move in. They're going to do their heeing and sheeing. And we've already had a spawning wave move up into Okeechobee.
That's right. You were telling us.
Crazy, man.
And it's so crazy because it's so still early in the season of cold, That's awesome though. But it's the time. Another bait I really like throwing is a buzz bait this time of year.
Yes. Buzz bait and prop bait. Yep.
Yeah. So two of my favorites. I have a mega bass, Jamaica boa, just a white buzz bait. The idea with this one is I can run it a little bit slower because it has a weird shape up front.
The head planes.
Right. So I can run this really slow. It's not as loud as a lot of your other buzz baits. I do got a squeak on it. And speaking of that, let's just talk about that a little bit, how to tune a buzz bait. I'm still working on this squeak.
So
tell us about that,
the best way, Joe, at the end of the day, take the blade off, be gentle with that wire, take that blade off, take a little piece of sandpaper and hit the bottom of that blade, right on the very bottom of it.
Right here, guys, you'll see a little lip. I don't know if you can see it. Right, you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, little
right
lip
on the bottom of that lip, and then go ahead and do it right on the bottom of that rivet right there.
That's the key, that rivet.
Yep. And you hit that, and what you're trying to do is knock the finish off of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're trying to do. Put the blade back on, put the rivet back on, put your little bend back in it. Now what you want to do is go ahead and crimp that rivet so it cannot move.
That right there. Yep. If that's not crimped, you're not going to get as much squeak.
Yep. And something else I like to do, Joe, right where your finger is on the top of that blade, right on the top of the blade there, the very tip top of the blade, front of the blade. There you go. And see that piece right there? I like to try to push that forward a little bit so there's a touch resistance, very little bit of resistance. Reason for that is when it gets down on that rivet, it'll stay down there and it will be more of a grind on it. Just move that because it still has to spin.
Right.
But it'll tighten it up a little bit to where it's harder. It pushes down on that rivet, which will give you a little bit more squeak.
And that's the key to a buzzbait, guys. You want that squeak, right?
Yes.
A buzzbait that ain't squeaking isn't doing you any justice. Ain't doing you much good.
Or like my favorite, the booger man. It knocks. It bangs the heck out of that head.
Gosh, yeah. That's a whole nother creature. Then I go the opposite. Then I got one of these guys here with a little clacker on it. When I really want to get loud, got that brass clacker.
So you rock the clacker. I rock the booger man. I
couldn't say no to these. They were just so beautiful. And I was going to put like a little St. John Special Lager Toad out the back of that.
There you go.
You could add a trailer. You could add a skirt. Depends what you want to do. This one, honestly, Dave, I got to take I did for two reasons. I got two of them. I got one, and I'm going to run just an all black Lager Toad. Take the skirt off if I want to cover some water because the water's still kind of warm right now. So I can move a little bit faster and make a lot more noise, and they should be able to hit it. And then when it gets a little cooler, I'll go ahead and take that trailer off and just throw the skirt so I can run it a little bit slower than without a skirt. But tune them. Get that squeak going, guys.
That's tune them.
And the best way to tune them is to keep using them. If you don't use them, they ain't going to get squeaky.
35 miles an hour down the road, break them in a little quicker.
Yeah, I'm on your antennas and hold on. But that's another way to get that blade moving on that rivet. This one's brand new out of the package, and like Dave said, I agree on crimping the rivets. It's a little tip there. If you don't crimp your rivets, it's going to spin with that blade, and it won't have that screeching. It won't scratch that rivet, which you want it to do to have that squeak. So that's one of my favorites. When I really got to make some noise,
Do you really?
I plop, bro. I plop. Plop it.
Man, I've not done much on that thing. I ain't gonna lie. I've thrown it. And I mean, I have wished fish in. I have wished, and I just can't.
The whopper plopper is a hater because here's why. Some lakes, you will not get bit on it. Absolutely not even a look. Other lakes, it's the sauce. But the problem is it's like 70% of the lakes you won't get hit on and 30% you will.
And that's the ones I fish, the public.
I don't stuff. I know maybe that's my
problem. Private golf course ponds and
all
stuff.
These trespassing golf course ponds I'm hitting up. No, but seriously though, like, and that being said, there's golf course ponds where these won't work. It's a loud bait. It's very intrusive.
Yeah, I've just never had the success. Now, you know how I do a whopper plopper?
Just keep it in the garage.
Bass, yeah, pretty much. Bass Assassin, Die Dapper, EWG 5/0 or 6/0, depending on. No weight, and let that thing boil the surface. That's my whopper plopper.
Honestly, when I need a weedless whopper plopper, that's my go-to. Dave, you know I love
that's my whopper plopper.
You know I love the swim baits, but honestly, this has kind of become my new whopper plopper.
You know, it has, and you know, I'm excited because fish are coming up. The hydrilla, the eelgrass, you know, they're moving up to it. I'm going to be throwing that a lot next week. That's going to be like my search bait next week.
Just so good, man. It's just so good.
It doesn't get better. I can tell you that.
It really doesn't. I mean, I thought you guys did an awesome job with the ding dong. I had a nice little run with that, swimming that, flipping that. But this is just another level. You know, do I still utilize the ding dong? Absolutely. But this thing is so versatile.
Yep.
It's one of, you got to have this in your arsenal, no matter where you go in a few key colors. You know, get your blacks, get you some naturals, and get you some bluegill, and you should be fine. You know, whatever colors work best in your area, we got you to cover it. But this is my new whopper plopper, man. This has done a lot for me this year. And I think I've just focused so much attention on it. Hey, I'll throw a logger toad here. Not today. I'm trying to throw the RSB, see if I can have the same.
Yeah, because you can throw it weightless. You know, you can put you a flat out tungsten on the front of it. You can get you a belly weight, you know, belly weighted hook.
Do that. Do that little deal.
I've got a buddy of mine right now doing that in Kissimmee with the Die Dapper or the RSB.
Yeah, I've done this before too, and so is Amanda, my old lady.
He is hammering fish on the RSB on a wobblehead right now.
Yeah. Don't sleep on the RSB, guys. Nope. Super versatile. Versatile.
I gave him a couple of flat out the bruiser bait, you know, the flat out tungsten.
Oh, we got them. Let me look at my box of goodies.
Oh yeah.
Is this even my right box?
All my stuff's put up.
No, this isn't even my right box. I keep
looking over my shoulder to see if it is or isn't.
It's not even my right box, but I got them. And you can swim them, burn them, creep them, flip them, pitch them, whatever you want to do. They're gonna get big. Keep this in your arsenal, guys, for real, and catch you some fish this fall. One more lure, a couple more lures I want to talk about, Dave, and I want your opinion on these. We kind of hit on these last week, and it doesn't really matter what brand you throw or what you get. Obviously,
you know, the cool thing about this is we're fall fishing, and we don't have to sit and talk about no drop shots, because who's throwing a drop shot right now with the fall fishing?
Dude, this weird guy that you know partakes in Next Fish podcast.
He's a tech guy. He's a geek. He's one of the geek squad dudes, and I'll tell you what. That's all he throws is drop shot. The we ain't gonna drop no names.
He will drop shot a jerkbait.
Hey, so I'm excited. I'm excited, man, because you know, the shadder. I already got feedback on the shad up in Seminole.
Are they there?
Yeah, ready for it.
Good.
Ready for it. I'm gonna be slinging that jerkbait around.
Look at the paint knocked off of this one.
That's a solid bait, bro.
But I know, Dave, you're running these right here now. Those are the mega bass. You know, I got them. I got a couple Something shady, guys. Get you something shady.
You got to have something shady.
But then I got these little guys. I got a little. This is a good little one if you want to have fun around the pond. Little Yozuri twitch bait.
Yes. Yozuris.
The Lucky Craft. What are they? The
That's
115.
The one I'm throwing. That's
the
the one I'm throwing. I've got Lucky Craft. I got a KVD that I like to throw too, but the Lucky Craft is
solid too, guys. A pointer. Yeah. What is this? The pointer one. What do they do? 115.
110.
110. Yep. Yeah. And this is what this is. You know, shad pattern. Got you a little black dot on there. I have my buddy Jason custom paint me this one. Nothing crazy. I wish what I'm going to do is come back in with a black marker and make that a little bit more bold.
Yep.
That black dot and call it a day. You know, get you something rattle. Right now you can jerk them a little bit fast. When it gets cooler, you might want to jerk pause. What are your thoughts on jerk baits, Dave? What do you do? How do you fish?
You know, I'm a pause guy, man.
Okay.
Even in the, you know, I'll get so it's funny because I know a lot of guys that just keep rocking it. You know, when the fish are really on a good feed, I'll rock it like that. But most of the time, I'm always pausing it. Like, I don't care what time of year. And my aggressiveness, when it's warmer, I'll have a good aggressive snap to the rod. But when it gets cooler, I'm not as aggressive. I'm a little bit more lethargic because, you know, the fish aren't aggressive. You know, the bait isn't aggressive. It's lethargic. The water's cool.
Right.
So that's kind of, and I let it sit a little bit longer, you know, but I won't be as aggressive and in the cooler months, you know, the cooler part of the year. It's something I have learned when I have thrown a jerk bait just over the years, you know.
The pause is definitely key.
Pause
is key, guys.
I have a pause, man.
Dave, I don't know. I think I'm kind of on the same page with you. When I get aggressive with it, and this is how I aggressively fish one. Also, killer bait for peacock bass, the 110s. Any jerk bait, 110 that has some rattles, peacock will kill it. And I can constantly whip that one. That's a different species. But with bass, my aggressiveness comes with I'll do like 3 really quick, sharp twitches, pop, 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 and still hit that pause.
Yeah,
I want that bait to settle, and generally on that third twitch, it almost turns back on the fish, and it kind of suspends.
And that you know that having a good rod.
Oh,
and, you know, you guys don't need to have a jerk bait rod. You know, they make them these days. Everybody makes them. We make them Reaper rods. But you know, for an angler that's not trying to buy, you know,
a specific
rod, you know, go out there and get you a medium action rod. But I would say get you a short crankbait rod of some sort. Medium heavy at the most. But you only need a medium. You need something light with some flex in it because you don't want to put too much heat on those hooks.
Right.
Even though there are 9 hooks on them, you don't want to put heat on them because you'll lose fish.
Yeah, look, I mean, these are already bent out, and I would throw it on that 610 medium that we did, Smurf rod, RIP. Got to get another one.
Yeah, actually, that's what I'll be throwing mine on.
610,
I've got a jerkbait rod, a glass, it's a composite and glass mix. It's a blend, and it's like the old whippy fiberglass rods, but it's nowhere near the weight. But I'll be snapping that. I'll be snapping that around.
Yeah, it's money, and like Dave said, most of the time your jerk baits are going to have some pretty light wire hooks on them.
Yes.
So you don't want to rip those out, and the fish will eat this, and they're not just going to nibble. You know, they're going to kill this thing like it's a real shad, and they'll hit and turn on it. And all you need to do is just lean into them, load up, and the hook should stick. You know, get you some sharper hooks. I want to switch out all my Mega Bass hooks to the Vector Tornadoes, probably 8s. Probably go 8s on them.
No,
smaller or bigger?
8s. You want at least 6s, if not 4s.
4s? 3 4s?
I will take that middle one out and put 2 4s on mine.
Front and back? There's another tip, guys. You don't need this middle one. This middle one rarely determines whether you're going to catch that fish or not. I don't know if you can see really well, but there's 3 hooks on most of your 110 size jerk baits. That middle hook is really not that important.
Sometimes I just rock all the 6s, 3 6s, and it just depends on how the fish are eating. If they're sluggish on it and they're really not being all that aggressive, I'll make sure I got as many hooks as I can on it.
Right.
But if they're eating it, I'll rock it. I'll rock it with you.
And they generally do tear these things up. It's very rare that they'll start nibbling. Speaking of jerkbaits, though, we could always go right on back to the old vapor shad.
Well, vapor shads, man. Vapor shad or the Shad Assassin OG itself.
When you got to get weedless, you can't go wrong with it. Like you said, the Shad Assassin, the big ones. I caught close to a 9-pounder last year on one of those,
dude.
And the salt and pepper too. By the way,
Pat at Fellsmere has gone through 160 bags of 7-inch gold pepper shiner this year. That dude is rocking them. He's gone through almost 70 bags of Houdini and the white. He's gone through about 30 bags of the white. And boy, ranking out the gold pepper shiner 7-inch. They are killing it up there at the headwaters area.
Yeah, there's so much bait, and that's the perfect shiner mimicker, And you could throw that thing. I throw it on it like an EWG.
Been caught on it this year too.
Yeah, I'd hook it up to a 5-aught EWG and just go to town.
Yeah.
And you could throw it over anything, grass. Like they're going to get up shallow. There's going to be a point where you got to go a little bit weedless, and you're going to want something like a Shad Assassin or a Vapor Shad or something you can get up in there and not get caught up.
Yep, I'll be throwing mine this week.
Yeah, or Die Dapper. What we got going on here?
Ryan. Ryan, definitely, buddy, definitely. You need to make that trip, man.
If you haven't, come. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's so much to fish, you just don't know where to start.
It might possibly be heaven. I'm not gonna call it that, but it could possibly. It's the closest thing. How you feel about topwaters?
It's that time of year for me.
Right?
Big spook.
Spookers, gunfishes. I got a SB Charbus.
So yeah. You got me lucky, Sammy in my heart, man. That's a tough one for me. But
you know what?
The one I will be going to, I'm going to be throwing the big spook, the big nanner. I'll be getting that out here pretty soon. The big females are starting to move up. And I'll tell you, one of my all-time favorites, and shout out, Sammy. Oh, Sammy.
I love this thing. I love it.
Shout out to our tripod, our third leg of this adventure we're taking, Andrew, for hooking me up. He found me 30 spotted ape original Smithwick Devil's horses. My man.
30?
So he found me 30 of them, and I bought every damn last one of them too.
I bet you freaking did. God damn. I mean, you kind of have to, bro. Like,
yeah. That dude didn't. Hey, look, that guy said 150, and I didn't flinch. I'm like, I started reading my card number.
I was going to say, I'll give you 200. Like, yeah, dang, dude.
Oh, I'd have gave him 200 easy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy, man. That if you guys don't know,
I'm salivating, dude. I've had those sitting here since late spring.
Just waiting.
It was at the end of season. They weren't eating on it anymore. Just waiting for this season to come around, man. When it got cold enough to throw it.
I'm gonna say it's time, but dude, a big spook right now. If you guys want a topwater bite, you are in the midst of making that happen. So get you whatever spook you want. Dave, you cannot go wrong with a good spook to throw. I think it's easy to walk for most people that need to. What do you
color, bait fish color,
This is just a gold black back, but I just love that color, silver on the bottom.
I can't remember the name of the one color, but oh man.
In the Lucky Craft?
Yeah.
It's not American shad.
No, it's I'll see if I can think.
Right. He said he knows what he's gonna throw tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's right. We give the sauce out here, Ryan. We don't play. We ain't playing. I'm trying to look through my box here, my fall box. I'm kind of,
you actually have a fall box?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yes, I do. And it's generally topwaters, spinners, like bladed stuff. This is a good one. I think it goes on. This is again for somebody who needs a little help. or doesn't really understand how to walk a spook or something, Duo Realis makes a pencil walker that has a bubble in the front of it. I don't know if you guys can see it really well, but it literally takes the thinking out of walking a lure. It walks very well because of that bubble. The key to walking a bait is having some slack in your line to get it to go to that left or right. Another thing, if you don't know how to tie a loop knot, put your little O-ring up there to give that lure the chance to turn and do its thing. Because if you tie directly to that eye, you're not going to get the left to right action that you want. You want that lure to not move as forward much as more so than you want it to move left to right.
So, Ghost Minnow.
Oh yes,
that's it, dude. That's it,
dude. The Ghost Minnow and Lucky Craft, all of their lures.
That's it.
They're
the traps, everything.
The traps, the cranks, the 110. Yo, Ghost Minnow. Did you see that one I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
That's similar. It's got a little oh my god! Look at the third leg.
Of course, third leg. Hey, third leg is going to be chiming in. You know that.
All this guy has in his fall box is drop shots, a bunch of split tail shads.
No, he's got drop shot. Oh yeah, he's got drop shot.
Oh yeah.
He's got more drop shot. Oh, that's right. He did the other drop shot.
Yeah, and then he's got that one drop shot.
What do you call it? Drop shot.
The Sabiki drop shot. Dude, I looked at that. I'm like, do you have a rod big enough to support the weight of that at this point? Because I don't think I do.
Oh, that guy. I love that guy, man.
I am going to have he does have the little spook.
Yeah.
He does have the boyo. The little spook is serious, guys.
So, hey, look, that little spook just was put into Chris's hands. And I'm going to tell you what. Chris can throw a spook. That's his thing. And I'm curious to see what damage he's going to do with that.
I love walking baits.
Now I'm not gonna mention the last names, but you know what Chris I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm not
gonna mention any last names, but dude is.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, you can't go wrong with a spook.
Deadly with a spook.
This isn't the spook, but I like this one a lot. It's a little koi pattern, a little color break. Damn, the boyo is probably smaller than this guy. This is pushing 4. Either way, guys, it's a good time to get some topwater bites as well. But like Dave said, man, you find them bait fish, you're gonna find some kind of
bait. Yeah, and for if you're going to new lakes or if you're going to lakes that you're somewhat familiar with, spawning areas, start on the spawning areas. Start where the spawning areas are and work your way out. Start out, work your way in. Because those fish aren't going to be far right now.
Right.
That's just a solid pattern to run. The shad won't be far from those spawning areas. The fish won't be far from the spawning areas. Use your electronics, try to find what's holding them, whether it be shell, whether it be the boat cuts, the lanes, things like that, moving in through the grass or on the back side of the grass or, it's a good, trap, good search bait. Chatterbait's good search bait. Yeah, you whopper plopper.
That's right, Ryan. Tell them.
Buzz baits are good search baits. So
yeah, find them. Like Dave said, use your search baits, and then you can dial them in. And also Dave said, if you're looking to have fun, you're gonna have fun this time of year. If you want to find those bigger bites, and you guys are club fishermen and tournament fishermen, you got to find the bigger schools. And not necessarily number of fish, size of fish. Like Dave said, if you're popping one, get out of there. You get 3, 4 1-pounders, 2-pounders. You're not the biggest one out of there. You might get 2.5, 3 pounds.
Yep.
Find the ones where it's consistent 3s, and you get a 4 every now and then. You'll start up your size of fish. Yeah, and find them, and then worst case scenario, mark those schools and come back to them. Your most successful.
Yeah, because bigger schools bigger fish schools will move into that same area because they're all feeding.
Right, and if anything, mark the area, like Dave said. And to start, if you know the lake, great. Here we go. We got Captain Tony popping in.
Tony knows what's up.
Right now. y'all said. Following the bait. That's right, Tony. You know what's up. Tony knows what's up. He's getting it done out there. Man, Tony, shout out to you, Tony. I've seen some of the pictures from your clients recently, and they're happy folks.
Oh, happy folks. No, you find that shell, just like Tony said, you find that shell. They're going to be loading up on that shell and get ready for the heeing and sheeing, man. They're going to gorge themselves. And first thing in the morning, shell bite's good. First thing in the morning, dies off. Sometimes you'll get some hanging around that shell, but usually when the sun gets high, they get off that shell and start moving in, getting into the cover, start moving into the cover and stuff like that. So, just good search baits, for the fall pattern, man. Just find the shad, your bladed baits and traps. You can never go wrong. First thing in the morning, good couple hours of top water.
Beautiful top water time, guys.
Yep. Get inside, and you can throw that top water up inside too. Don't be scared. They'll lock on the cover. You can throw at targets and go right down the edges of the cover. And
right. I like to really, like you said, don't be afraid to throw your top water treble baits and close to that cover. I get real crazy with it. If you're on a boat or kayak or whatever, and you can get to your bait if it gets stuck, take the risk. Trust me, the reward is awesome. Get you some strong hooks, get those tornado hooks on there so they don't bend out on you. And you'll have a lot more confidence throwing that stuff up close. I love getting risky with my treble baits. I'll throw my jerk baits. I'll throw these through lanes.
Do you?
I
just have a hard time, man.
I will. What I'll do is I'll up my line size, and I'll twitch up.
Yeah,
to keep it up off the crap at the bottom, and do my best to keep it out of it. But you'll have good success. Don't be afraid to lose your stuff. Just go up in there.
I know DJ's grandfather took the John boat out last year, and he mentioned something to DJ about whacking him on the old school Rapala, the old original 3-hook gold Rapala. He got out there smacking them. I mean, 6-7 pounders. Tells DJ about it, and of course, when we fished the tournament, we went to that area because he came out of Arbuckle and hooked it across the lake and
oh my gosh,
to an area in his little John boat and had it all to himself. Crushing fish.
What?
Crushing fish. 2 tournaments. We owe him for that, for 2 tournaments last year. Doing what you're saying, throwing down those lanes.
Yeah.
I just picked up spinner baits and whacked them. So we did. Yeah. Look, an original Rapala, that's great. I mean, losing those, whatever.
You find another one, yeah.
Throwing that mega bass you got, ooh.
Every time.
That's a $20 bill. You hooked one good.
This one right here, I with all the paint knocked off, I went swimming for it multiple times.
I would.
Dude, and then some of them, like this color's from Japan, dude. This one cost me $30, If you get some of those uniquer colors, you don't have to. And colors are everything. If it says shad next to it, it's probably a good color to throw right now.
Right.
Don't get too caught up on colors. Something white, something shaddy.
Nope.
And keep it moving. You should be fine. But
the only three colors you need: chrome, gold, and white.
Yeah, something shiny,
chrome,
something
gold,
flashy.
white. They're going to eat one of them. Right now, they're eating white. More so than they're eating the chrome.
Yeah.
Gold.
It's a Florida thing.
A little iffy, it's a Florida thing, but it's been a little spotty here and there. Some places have been eating the gold pretty good, but a lot have been eating the white.
The white
sexy shad,
pearl or something.
The blackback shad and the regular
simple stuff. There's a little. Speaking of Rapala, I got a little.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, just something that looks like a bait fish, guys. Something like that.
Yeah,
it's a little rattle trap. You can get these at Walmart, $4 or $5. You're not going to, and it works. I don't have it because it doesn't work. It works. And you don't have to get the $30 threadfin shad mega bass jerk bait.
Nah, Joe's special.
I'm bougie.
Expensive stuff. He's bougie.
I'm bougie. I'm a mega bass.
You're out there in your bougie little man purse too, with your little tackle bag pouch around your face too, ain't you?
I'm bougie, man.
Louis Vuitton tackle pouch around your waist.
Gucci belt. Louis Vuitton scarf flapping in the wind on my skinny neck. No.
Buddy.
Do I have a lot of mega bass stuff? Yeah, but
you got a lot of mega bass stuff, bro. I mean,
you don't need it.
How do my question is this: how do you afford mega bass and have
3 kids? Honestly, my fishing pays for my lures, and I treat myself when I do win a little club tournament or something. I'll buy a lure. One lure, $35.
I'd hate, and look, this is no knock on you, but bro, I'd hate to see you start winning on some of the bigger stuff against me and some of the other trails that I fish.
Yeah, bring about 3,500 home,
bro. Mega bass.
Like, sir, you just brought stock in the company.
We'll just call you Mega Joe.
Mega Joe?
You're not Mega Joe.
Dude, no. And I have no affiliation with Mega Bass. I just love their product. I know it works. I think a lot of people will agree that the 110 is like a solid jerk bait. But again, you don't need the old school Rapalas Husky jerks. Yeah. Smash them on Husky jerks, man. When I was cutting grass making $10 a yard, I was buying Husky jerks,
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. And if you don't have one in your box, you don't know what you're doing. Bomber long A. Period.
Yes, bro. Nobody respects the bomber.
Dude.
No respect on the bombers.
I got a Fire Tiger. I got the Prism Gold. We call that James Brown. Brown. We call that one the James Brown color, baby. That Prism Gold, man, with that orange belly, dude.
It's beautiful. I don't have them in this one, but I have like half a box full of bomber long A's.
But I'm telling you, that Prism Gold with that orange belly.
Let me tell you, Joe's
good
not
friend
that
of mine named that Joker James Brown, and for a reason, Jack.
Rebel pop bars, inexpensive. Get the job done. Get you a topwater bite, little shad. Dude, they work. They don't sleep on the originals. This is a $2.99 Bass Pro middle of the store bin popper that I've caught numerous fish on. The bill's all beat up, and look at it, just tore up.
It's a great golf course bait,
isn't it? Yellow, got the little red.
That's a great golf course bait right there.
Dude, it
it's like them damn little snakes hitting down the banks and stuff in them golf courses.
They do, Ryan. And me being Bougie Joe. I'll hit you with one more.
Oh, God, no.
These are a little tough to find. They do got a little bit of price to them. I think they're around $15, but it's
more than that. So I believe they're $17.99 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're about 17. I think he's talking about what I'm about to pull up here. They're super hard to find for some reason. I know they're still being made, but everything's hard to find. Made, but G Splash. This is another little pond one, Dave. You know when I whip this one out? Is when the boys get done cutting the grass and little grasshoppers are flopping in there.
Oh no. No joke.
Wreck them, dude. Wreck them.
Really?
Wreck them. Oh, my boy Brandon George, he got that popper. Shout out to Brandon George, man. He's trying to make things happen down here in Highlands County. He got the boat. He got him a boat wrap, Dave. He got a Ranger wrap. Looking good. What? Looking good. Yeah, watch out for this guy. If you see this guy on the water, he could put a hurting on you, man. He's got it. He's getting it dialed in. He's getting it dialed in. Good luck. Good luck this weekend, Brandon. I know you're fishing Lake Jackson. Good luck Saturday, bud.
Lake Jackson. Oof.
I hate Jackson.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, there's big fish there. It's just a popular lake, a pressured lake, a clear water lake. And that's that.
Wave runner lake, boat lake, ski lake,
party lake,
disrespectful lake.
Yeah, through that lake. Don't go into canals on Little Lake Jackson. You might get shot. That's all I'm going to say. But let me hit you with some chrome. Dave was talking about chrome. I got some.
Yeah, that chrome, man.
Look, and you see, most of my stuff is that shad, guys.
Yeah.
Get you some chrome. Get you some shad stuff. These are inexpensive spooks. Walk really well. What are these? The KVD.
Yeah, sexy dogs. Sexy dogs.
Juniors. These are the juniors. There's big ones. They got a one knocker now. Mm. Yeah, they got a. How do you feel about that one knocker?
There's a time and a place for it.
It's not right now, but it's big, it's loud, and it's a single. And it's like Dave says, time and a place for it.
I like that knock. I like that knock more in the wintertime. The fish are a little more lethargic.
And I kind of glide it a little more. It's more like a, you know.
I like to twitch it 2 or 3 times and try to make it move 6 inches.
Not at all, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to walk it and just leave it sit in one spot walking.
Dude,
2 times and just leave it.
Move
it 6 inches, 8 inches max, man. Just
with the walking baits.
Something with that thing sitting in their face that
and just doing that hard.
Yeah.
You know, I get a lot of slack in my line and I'm like, second. Yeah. Just trying to get it to just really freaking turn on them, you know.
Patience, it's tough to throw coming up here soon when it cools down. It's tough. But man, if you can be patient with and just imagine a fish looking at it and be very patient with your top water and not moving it.
Right.
And when you go to twitch it, or it'll sit there for 20 seconds and all of a sudden just it'll pull under.
Yeah.
Or you'll sit there and be like, okay, it sat for 20, 30 seconds. You go to twitch it and just all hell breaks loose.
The top water is so funny, man. Like you said it. And then this is the type of year when I'll throw the Rico. Like I was talking before, I like them walk it kind of fast.
Yeah.
This is the year where I'll throw the Rio Rico, the bigger one, when it gets cooler, or, you know, when the water's cooled down a little bit. Pop.
This is my time for the horse, man. The boy Hottie, the horse, just leave it.
Especially when it's nice and calm. It's really calm, guys. Get you a devil's horse.
Oh yeah.
And just make the blades plop and then stop.
Just a little zip and just leave it sit there and it'll go down.
And let
cold mornings, don't shy away from that bait. Ooh, don't shy away from that bait.
Let it marinate.
Yes.
And let it go back to what it normally looked like before you cast it in there.
Let it get waterlogged.
Yeah. No, it's a good time of year. It's a fun time of the year, guys. I know we hit you with a lot of information because we want you to get out there and have a good time during this time where it can be really tough or really fun, depending on what you're trying to do. Great time to take out the kids and the wife or the girlfriend or somebody who's new to the sport. Because like Dave said, if you find the shad, you're going to find bass.
Yes.
It's just whether if it's going to be a big bass school or just your average size schools. But now's the time to get out. If you're trying to take some kids fishing or somebody new to the sport and wanting to get them in and catch some fish, have some fun, it could be a really good time. And for your tournament guys, find the big schools with the big fish.
Yep, find the quality fish. Use your electronics. They don't lie. They are so valuable these days. They do not lie.
Yeah, you're pretty much right there with them side by side with these electronics nowadays, man. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Go get after them, man.
But Dave, I just want to say thank you for everything you've been doing with us for Next Fish.
It's been fun, Joe.
Moving forward, guys, we're going to give you a little heads up on what to come for October. Me and Andrew are still going to do our live shows on Tuesdays, just chopping it up about God knows whatever we come across on the interwebs. Thursdays, we're going to, until November, the first week in November, we're going to run some reruns of some of our bigger, more popular shows. So we'll put those out. Me and Andrew are going to get together and get that figured out for you. So the next couple Thursdays, there'll be some reruns with some information that you're going to need right about now. So we're going to try to make it something that you could use now. That way we're going to have a full schedule going into 2022 with some great guests. Me and Dave were talking a little bit earlier. We're going to get somebody from Floridified to come on, talk a little bit about that lifestyle brand. Awesome brand, by the way. I love the Gator shirt. Me and Amanda got matching shirts. That's how we roll.
Really?
Yeah. And Gatorama. No. Gator. What's that place called down there? Gatorama. No, Gatorama down there on 27. Caught wind of those. So I might need to talk to you a little bit after the show, Dave.
Talk to me.
We'll figure something out about how to get them down there at Gatorama. Awesome, cool little establishment. It's been there for a long time. Cool history with Gatorama too. And you get to feed. Man, it's all inclusive for like $40. And I was out there swimming with the Gators with the kids. It was crazy, man. It was a good time. So if you haven't been to Gatorama, check it out. It's a good time for the family, and they want to know what's up with those Gator shirts. So we'll talk. We're gonna have some cool guests on, guys. Just be prepared for the upcoming weeks. We're gonna have some reruns. We're not done. Trust me.
We're fishing our championships. We're off.
We got things doing. Dave's heading up to Seminole.
Andrew's 3 weeks. I've got 3 weeks of tournaments, guys.
Yeah, and Dave needs to All right, focus, Dave. Bring home the win for us.
I hope.
So
I hope.
Everybody wish Dave good luck out there on Seminole. That's his lake. He's confident.
We got Okeechobee next week. We got Okeechobee next week first. Got to hit Okeechobee first. Oh. Then I'll be focusing on Seminole.
I ain't even worried about you on Okeechobee, but I know you got that one on lock. I'm worried about. Not worried, but I'm excited for Seminole to see how you do.
I am too, man. DJ and I have been needing to get away and just kind of unplug. So that'll be yeah. No, we rented a house on the water, and yeah, we got 8 days of it.
Nice.
We got 8 days of it. So,
well, good luck, Dave. I got all the confidence in the world in you, but you know I do. And, I think everybody here does too. That's why they tune in, listen, and take our tips. So until Tuesday, 1:00, me and Andrew chop it up. Peace, guys.
See ya.